So I know there's several differences between this edition and the last edition. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the second edition is different than the last and what's been added and updated?
Okay, sure. In the first edition, we had three phases to the chronic illness experience, which we called getting sick, being sick, and living well. We addressed the issue of grief and acceptance as an integral part of what every patient must go through, that take you to your knees, acceptance that what you have is probably not going to go away and you're not going to be the person that you dreamed you were or accomplish the things you dreamed you would. And we felt that that's something that goes in and out of the journey like a tide. When we came to the second edition, we decided that the grief and acceptance was so important that it needed to be considered as a phase itself. So we added that and as the third phase, now having four. The other thing that changed, I think, especially for me as a patient, is that in the first book, I really thought we could help patients feel less alone, that we could help patients feel recognized, that they could know that other people like me and the other readers shared very similar experiences. In the second book, I became much more interested in how patients could access better care. I had learned so much about how to choose a doctor, how to make sure I worked effectively with my physician. So that became much more of an element in the second edition. Dr. Oberman, by the same token, in the first edition, he was kind of following my lead. He was kind of trailing along behind me and letting it be my book, and he was responding to my experience. By the second book, he had implemented these strategies in his practice for 7 years, and he had many, many stories to tell from other patients who had been through these experiences and what they had taught him and how he had changed.